Shalala.
Shalala?
Shulala.
We're talking about our buddy Greg, his girlfriend. Her name is
Shulala.
Chulala Cha.
Shulala Cha.
Well, greetings and good morning. Aloha. What's going on? It's Mike's.
Gracie.
From livemyassoff.com. And we want to update you on a couple of things. One, how many followers do you have on TikTok? You have 1,500 yet?
No.
You have 1,300.
Oh, well.
Yeah, so 1,300. And then the video that you put up this morning at what time? About 7 o'clock?
Yeah.
Of you and me, 45 seconds of our live stream this morning.
Yeah, it's just 344.
344 views after less than an hour. You blame my white complexion for the success of that, yeah?
Yeah.
A little windy this morning, but here's the cool thing. Here's the cool thing about monsoon season is that, well, here's the downside. It's incredibly unpredictable. Here's the good news. It's incredibly unpredictable because when I looked at my phone yesterday, well, it's interesting. When I look at my phone and it says it's not going to rain, it doesn't rain. When I look at my phone and it says it's going to rain, it doesn't necessarily rain. So that's good, right? Anyway, so I have this app. You know, I don't even know. I think it comes with the phone. Maybe it like was just a... Anyway, right? So it will show you by icons whether there will be clouds or rain or something like this. But as an example, right? So here's what tomorrow looks like. Scattered thunder showers pretty much all day with the exception of the 8 o'clock hour tomorrow morning. And this is exactly what today looked like yesterday. Now today looks like this. Oops, sorry. Oh, my display went out. Looks like this, which is a absolutely, I don't care who you are. If you don't like humidity, you don't like heat. Today is an 80 degrees and it feels like 86 right now. And there is probably a 10-knot wind. It is gorgeous.com. Do I have like flakes of goo on my face? All right. I get this dry skin stuff and then I ignore it until Asawa notices it's there and removes it for me, thank God. Oh wait, hold on. Pause, need to take off my shoes. Speak.
I'm shy.
You're shy? You have 1,500 people who follow you on TikTok.
It's okay. Hi. Honey.
Yes.
Hi.
Oh, I know. You wipe it off the water.
I don't want to be in the water.
We'll just we'll walk across.
Because there's like
Huh?
small river.
Actually pretty cool. As far as I know, it's not 3 feet deep.
Yeah, it makes me dizzy looking at the water.
Huh?
It makes me dizzy looking at the water.
Okay, well, here's a tip, honey. Don't look at it.
It smells a little.
Yeah, maybe a little. What's crazy about how much the sand moves, you see, you're not going to be able to hear it. Give me the thing. You're not going to be able to see this from this distance, probably, on this camera, but you can see that black pipe, right? Well, actually, it's a drain pipe, and so there's water that goes in it, and you see how it just like gets buried in the sand over there. 2 days ago when we were out here, the amount of sand was easily 2 feet lower than that, and you could see the end of the pipe. But what's funny is the end of the pipe just like kind of like 90s, and then the water would just kind of like drain out into the beach. So with the water going into that thing and then just like being buried in the sand, where does that liquid end up now? As part of the groundwater? Who knows? So I want to thank all of you guys who commented, and even those of you who didn't comment, but nonetheless sent us, I guess we'll call it just positive energy. How's that to the team? Because we're living the dream right now.
Yeah.
That's a living the dream. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. And yeah, it's been pretty awesome being here. As you guys know, potentially from watching my videos, maybe from not ever watching my videos or just taking my word for it. I traveled a whole lot last year, or in the last year, on trips that I would have preferred to have gotten on with Gracie, but she was not here. She was physically in the Philippines. And in fact, there were even some trips that I just literally woke up one morning, I had plane reservations, and I'm like, I'm not leaving. Like, I don't want to go. I did that for Krabi. I even told Dana, I'm like, yeah, I just wasn't feeling it. And, you know, I mean, the good news is the price of airline tickets is so low. It's like, for $22, I think I'll stay home, right? So it wasn't so bad. But tons of places down here that I came to alone and even had gratitude attacks. And that's actually a beach I definitely want to show you, I think, probably today. Considering it's not going to be raining, our next resort is south of us. It's the Naka. I call it Naka. But then when the Thais say, oh, you mean Naka? And I'm like, right. So, anyway, there. South of us, basically, it's, if you're familiar with the Kamala area, then you take Millionaire Mile about, 3/4 of the way, and then you end up at this place where you would take like an absolute about 170-degree U-turn down a hill, actually, and you end up, instead of going U-turning around the hill, you'd end up going down and then up on a road that effectively the Naka made just for their resort. So we checked that out yesterday. On the way, it started raining significantly, as it will do in Southeast Asia, at the drop of a hat, as they say. And at the time, I had kind of forgotten the process, right? So, meaning that I forgot how quickly, gratefully, your clothes dry. And pro tip, when you get soaking wet from riding a motorbike, don't immediately go into a mall. I've made that mistake before. Last thing you want to do, in my opinion, the last thing you want to do is go in anywhere that's air conditioned. So we stayed outside and we went to, well, we went a little bit further down the road after we checked out Naka, and then went to a Family Mart. And after standing there like 20 seconds, it started raining.
7-Eleven.
No, Family Mart. Remember, like, it was right there in the beach, the waves were coming over the thing? Yeah, it's yeah, it's like the only Family Mart that I know of that's around here.
I gotta get the water.
You get, okay. So okay. So I got like a Coke Zero or something there, and we're just standing there, and you know, we could see the way that I've discovered the rain works here is, at least in the last few days, is that the storms, they come in, and honestly, like, intense rain will last, I'm gonna say 10 minutes, but it's been moving lately, at least, the storm they're having, you know, the monsooning they're having now. It's been moving pretty quickly, and the wind has been great, because, you know, as you may or may not know, I like being outdoors, and I'm 100% okay with the sun. I don't particularly like the results of a sunburn, but there's still a part of me that is okay with it. Until, of course, a dermatologist tells me, you know, Mike, this was a bad idea, but for right now, my skin seems to be in pretty decent shape. I threw on SPF 50 this morning before taking this walk. I really wasn't in the mood to have a hat on. And so anyway, I wanted to go for another walk out here. Today is our last day at Thai Kamala beachfront. We go to the Naka. Then the following day, we go to a Marriott Beach and Resort. There's like 5 Marriott Beach and Resort places on Phuket, and each of them is like a beach. So it's like the Marriott Beach Resort, you know, and spa or something like this. Merlin Beach and Nanyang and anyway, I think there's even one in Phuket. I think there's one down in Karen. And then of course Marriott has multiple, well, it's Marriott Bonvoy, right? Which is basically, it's Marriott Sheraton. So, Marriott Starwood combo. So I mean, it's just, think of the number of properties, right? And I think these ones that are actually now part of Marriott Bonvoy were originally, or used to be, not originally, I'm sure when they originally became, they were boutique hotels, thinking, oh boy, we're gonna compete with the big boys. And then Starwood gobbled them up. So anyway, so it's places like the Meridian and well, one of the places we're staying at tonight, the Naka. It's phenomenal. We're staying there because it's, you know, I have points, right? And because it's 7,500 baht a night. Yeah, that's ridiculous. We would be so ridiculously distracted by paying that, and that's the price that's listed on Agoda. So add another, you know, at least 10, if not 17% on top of that, and that's what you're paying out of pocket. I do not remember what the occupancy tax is here in Phuket, but I'm sure it's at least 5%. So, okay, so Gracie's there in the dark dress. And so we're staying there because I have points. And it's, you know, arguably it's quite awesome. All built into hills, you know, individual. I guess they're bungalows. I mean, I think of bungalows as like being like on the beach, like at beach level. Like if there were places there, I would think of that as bungalows. When they're like up on a hill, somehow it's not as bungalow. So this is a sort of an interesting creature. If I were to step on this, I'm assuming it would, A, not feel great, but secondly, would it poison me? I'm not that committed to the YouTube channel to try that. So, you know, in my mind, using the word awesome in my titles is enough clickbait for my taste. So that's my check-in for this morning and kind of update. Gracie and I have been having just an awesome time. Sent a postcard to my mom yesterday from the Patong post office. So I'm anticipating approximately 2 weeks from today she'll get that. That's what it takes for a postcard to get from here to the East Coast, Boston specifically, or Boston area. And so that brings you guys to a Friday morning. So with that, it's Mike's
Gracie.
from livemyassoff.com saying I hope you're living the dream, because if you're not living the dream,
You're doing it wrong.
boom.